first black metal record I was really into was like Emperor's Anthems to the Welcome at Dusk. I liked the way that that record was just always at a climax, you know, at every single moment. And the blast beats and the way that the music was so overpowering. You know, it was almost like this test of will to be able to just like have my headphones on for the entire album and like survive. Like I can't handle this. And you know how some things are like that in a way, like you encounter it and there's something kind of wrong with it almost. And then but you know that the more you sort of grasp it, the more meaningful it will be to you. Transcendental black metal. This was just sort of this term that occurred to me when I was writing the first Liturgy EP, and I had this JPEG image of some clouds from the perspective of an airplane window, and I had Photoshop, and I thought that these clouds would be nice for the cover of this record. And then I just wanted to put this phrase, pure transcendental black metal, on the back of the record. At first it didn't even really necessarily mean that it was an American black metal. But then there's this transcendentalist tradition, which I've always been really into. Studying, Whitman and Emerson, and a lot of writers that then kind of, in my view, came out of that, like Henry Miller and Allen Ginsberg. These figures who sort of have a real sensitivity to sort of the destruction of certain forms as this as an affirmation, and as I thought about it more, I realized that it that term connected with my interest in this tradition, and that as as an American, or as someone from the Northeast, also in America, where all this is from, that I wanted to invest the music I was making with this tradition to sort of to connect it to transcendentalism. Part of what was so interesting to me about the cultural phenomenon of black metal, with this, originary Norwegian second wave, what these like little kids, these like 17-year-old kids were doing, seemed so important to them or so revolutionary to them, but it didn't make any sense. Like it was, these, there were these church burnings, right? And then there were these murders, the the murder of a gay man, you know, and then the murder of, you know, of someone of the band, you know, the murder of, you know, Euronymous by Varg, and then the suicide of Dead, right? And it's like there's this impulse, but the content of the impulse is like totally obscure. And what is attractive to me about that is that I think that that's kind of the most you can really do right now. That somehow, like, there's no way to really explain what kind of like utopian countercultural vision your music is supposed to have. They sort of come to life, and then they just die, the rhetoric and the music go together for a while, and then as soon as it becomes famous, as soon as it's digested, you know, by this kind of music industry system, then it turns into sort of you know, like a simulacrum of what it was. And I don't think that there is I don't think there's a space for counterculture. I think as soon as sort of a creative and you know, revolutionary, in whatever sense that word even makes sense, idea comes to existence, like it's not, it doesn't have time to be counter. You're already just making culture. And there's something confusing about that. As far as just the inane, courageous gesture, I mean, I would say that writing that manifesto and just, you know, and like presenting it at this, so I wrote it for like this like academic conference, like this called the Hideous Gnosis Black Metal Theory Symposium, and it was, you know, all these old men, these, you know, PhDs in like medieval studies and continental philosophy who were like black metal nerds and like really loved black metal and wanted to connect, like who were sort of very conversant in contemporary philosophy, or the philosophy of the past 50 years, and were interested in black metal and Bataille, or black metal and Lacan, or black metal with, you know, speculative realism and all these things. I mean, you know, I mean, I don't want to kill anybody or burn a church, but I think to present something like that, and then to be so to try to be so honest all the time about my sort of like problematic relationship to black metal, that's in a way like my response to those to those gestures. It's sort of inspired because I do like it's like that causes all this controversy, and even though it's really tame stuff in a way, you know, just kind of writing this document or something like that. or just presenting myself as like an ordinary person, it's almost the opposite of what in any kind of rock would be considered some kind of bold, like, transgressive gesture. But somehow things have gotten so convoluted that it's like the most transgressive thing you can do is just kind of do what you're gonna do.